Hi, Arun.
Hey, yeah.
Great to have you here at Faction. We have been working very successfully in the past months together. First things first, can you tell me a little bit about Pronect? What's the proposition? How did it come about? Can you give a little bit of background?
Yeah, sure. Pronect is in fact the only software that is specifically developed for physical security managers and their teams. So these people are facing a lot of complexity when doing their work, and the Pronect software helps them with creating overview in terms of the different risks on their locations, but also the performance and the cost of their security. And they save time, in fact, with that, and also are able to optimize security.
Can you help me clarify physical security? What do I have to depict here?
Yeah. For many people, it's a quite unknown world, but it's a huge business, a huge industry. Physical security is in fact everything which is not cyber related, right? So the protection of sites, data centers, offices, industrial sites, with cameras, fences, guards, access control systems, and so on and so on.
And so you're a solution actually aggregates all those data points from those physical security points and allows your customers to monitor and observe all of their assets.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So they have a lot of operational software which is used by their security guards and security operators, but on the management level, they're confronted with a huge amount of data and that's quite overwhelming. So they need a software like Pronect to connect those data points and generate insights.
Okay. How important is it for you to leverage artificial intelligence, both in making your product more performant, as well as meeting your clients' expectations?
Yeah, it's crucial, because of course, like I said, a lot of data in those different systems. AI is great in dealing with huge amount of data, analyzing that, generating trends. So that's why also the vision of Pronect is that we believe that every security team should have their digital security advisor to help them do their work. And AI plays a great role in that. That's why we developed SAM, or Security Advisor module.
Yeah. Being able to lead a company in the age of generative AI must be challenging. There's so much possibilities, there's endless opportunities. How do you navigate that as a CEO?
Yeah, it's of course Pronect had the benefit of starting with the rise of AI. So we immediately embraced the opportunities and are using those. But there's a lot of opportunities, but you also need to make sure that you do it in the right way. It's a security industry. The product needs to be super robust, secure. I know as well there's a lot of opportunities in AI, but you need to do it in the right way to achieve a robust product, I would say.
Speaking about robustness, something that strikes me in this is you are dealing with security which requires 100% reliability. How do you balance that with a technology in generative AI that is so very powerful, but also is difficult to control and to steer towards reliable behavior? How do you balance this?
Yeah, without going into the technical details, but it's really a combination of feeding the module with a lot of standards and regulations in our case, so that when as a security manager you ask for, okay, are there compliance gaps, that it's not the GenAI who's going to make things up. It's going to look in the database, look in the regulations, know it, compare it, and give an answer which is 100% clear. That's also part of the work the Faktion team did as well together with us, is to make sure that it's not going to generate any imaginary responses. It's only going to base itself on clear data. And so use a RAG model to do that. Yeah.
You mentioned Sam. Can you explain to us what the use case is about? Who is Sam? What is
Yeah.
Sam?
Well, SAM is that security advisor module that every security team should be able to rely on, and there are different use cases. And the first one is that SAM is trained or knows all of the protocols, security standards, and so on, and it can connect as well with the information which is in the Pronect software from the client, and so can identify gaps, compliance gaps. It's not only identifying, it's also then recommending ways to solve those compliance gaps. That's one use case. Another one is to automate manual work, like inputting data, like analyzing data streams. So that's another use case. And we have several more, but those are really the key ones where also our customers are struggling with.
What is the feedback from your customers? Towards the solution. Are they happy with it?
Yeah, it's in testing phase currently, with a number of customers are using the Pronect software and as well with a number of risk consultants, and the results are very promising. So we see already over here from customers that they save a lot of time in searching through documents or protocols and so on. But fascinating as well is that they report also finding things they were not looking for, which is also a great capability of AI to identify trends or spots irregularities and then highlight that. So it's probably even more value in things they were not looking for than saving times in search.
Dealing with AI is, or doing that successfully, implies doing two things very well. First is making a system that is very in terms of performance, that is very reliable and robust and powerful, but also in terms of the user experience, in being able to offer, great user experience and transparency. How do you see that particular part, being able to offer a transparent experience, knowing that generative AI is so very powerful, but maybe also lacks a bit of control often.
Yeah, I think there's two aspects there, right? It's technically the way it is made, and it's complex. It's a lot of work, but it's all behind the scenes. So it's a bunch of different AI agents and other technology, but one relatively simple front end for the user. But there as well, the information that is provided, for instance, also always contains a source. So when the AI is saying, okay, we recommend you to do A, B, and C, you can click through and say, okay, what is that based on that regulation, on that point of information? So you can also check perfectly that it is real and verify the
So
results as well.
observability is important here.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we also, I believe that AI is great, but it's the expert using the AI. The combination is crucial. You should not just follow whatever a software is saying. It's using that information together with your expertise to decide a way forward.
Yeah, it's like presenting the solution not as a black box, but more as something that can be traced and can be transparent and easy to monitor. Can we look a bit beyond this first implementation, if you will? How do you see the future of SAM and evolving over time?
Yeah, we have a lot of discussions as well in the team about that, of course, but we truly believe that in time, SAM will be really the front end of your software, where now we have a software where you need to enter data and have dashboards and reports and look into that SAM will be the interface. When you get up in the morning, the SAM will say, okay, you have an issue there, you need to focus on that, or be careful, something's happening there. So really proactive. That's where we want it to be in the future.
So the conversational aspect, so the ability to really have deep interactions and personal interactions with it is really how you see it evolve.
Yeah, exactly. And making it super customized, not only on the information that it relies on, but also in the way it displays it to you. You could maybe say, okay, I want this type of information in that way. that AI can generate that exactly as you want it and as you need it.
What do you expect from an AI partner like Faktion in collaborating in this project?
Yeah, I first of all firmly believe the importance of working with specialists in everything we do, but certainly in AI and also certainly in security management, where things need to be secure and trustworthy. And the Faktion team immediately got that, understood that from the get-go. So that was very important. And then second, a lot of people think, oh, everything is possible with AI. Probably my dreams in the beginning were also bigger than the reality. But it's with a partner like Faktion that they help you to create a very sound foundation that we can now build upon. So those are two, in fact, really important topics to me.
Yeah. How important is artificial intelligence for you in establishing your ambitions, your growth ambitions for Pronect?
Well, it's a core element of our Pronect software. And we started the company with the rise of AI. So we don't have a software where we want to bolt on some AI because everyone is doing it. No, it's the core of what we do. And that's what our clients want. They want oversight. They want to have visibility and insights on what's going on. And so, yeah, AI is a crucial part of delivering that value.
How important is it for you being able to start Pronect right in the middle of this hype of generative AI?
Yeah, it has definitely speed up the process. We had a certain vision, and with the rise of AI, that has definitely accelerated the whole process. Now as well, we need to make sure that as well we look at the opportunities, but beyond the hype. And that as well, many people say, okay, AI, everyone is using AI, but what is it going to do for me? And is this just a hype, or is this something that will bring value? So it's an opportunity, but also sometimes a challenge to really find those use cases that really deliver value to the client.
How do you sift through the hype? Because I read the headlines, you read the headlines. It's very difficult to sift through it and verify what is real, what are real expectations, and what is hyped up, ballooned expectations. Yeah. How do you do that? How do you sift through that through the headlines?
Yeah, it's also really looking into it, testing it, seeing what can it do. But most important, I think, is we have a use case in mind for our clients, a vision in mind. And if certain AI agents or other technology helps us in achieving that, then we will test it and potentially onboard it. But you cannot look into any new development and say, oh, we're going to test it and see what it can do. It needs to serve a purpose. And that's the roadmap we have at Pronect. And so any AI technology is an enabler to achieve that goal, rather than jumping on every new development to see what potentially it could do.
It's still early days. SAM is a pilot project, but can you tell a little bit more about the expected ROI this will bring, or the value in a broader sense it might offer for customers?
Yeah, it's indeed that testing phase, but clients already see the first value, which is they save quite a lot of time in searching through documents and reports, card reports as well, protocols, legislation. So a lot of time saving, a lot of optimization potential as well for security. There's a lot of ways that you can use security in a mix to mitigate your risk. But you can definitely optimize that in terms of risk reduction and cost. And also there, SAM is really valuable to find that optimal mix for your specific site. But specifically, when we go now in commercial phase, I'm really looking forward to the use cases our clients will find for SAM.
And do you feel confident in going to production, given the fact that a lot of companies actually struggle to scale their prototypes to production? How do you see that process, and how confident are you in doing that?
Yeah, we have spent a lot of time on the fundamentals as well of SAM. So we chose not to go fast, kind of an MVP mode and then try, but create a really sound fundament. So that has taken time and resources. So we're very confident about the security and the robustness of the model. So now we have time to deliver on use cases and test use cases, which we're also doing already for a while. So yeah, very confident in going into the commercial phase and looking together with the client, what's your use case, training SAM as well on those specific internal regulations, for instance, of clients, and then build from there.
Is this level of control you refer to important in the decision to build this solution rather than buy a solution that is available on the market in the form of a SaaS offering?
Yeah, absolutely, because we need to be 100% sure about the security of the model. And when you buy something on the market, yeah, what's happening with the data? Is it shared? Is it leaked? Is it used to train models? And we need to make 100% sure that the client's data is not even, is certainly not leaked to another client, and also not to the providers of the AI models, which is often the case. So we need to do it ourselves to be 100% sure it's robust and secure.
How do you see, and this is maybe not tied to the use case specifically, but how do you see the future evolve in applying AI and in business? If we could stretch the horizon 3, 4, 5 years, how do you see it evolve?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm in general a technology optimist. Careful, of course, making sure that it's secure and robust. But I think there will be massive use cases in AI once people also understand what it can do, what the threats are, but also how we can leverage the opportunities. And there are endless use cases, big and small, where we can leverage AI, I think, to make things better, cheaper, easier, more comfortable for all of us. Yeah.
I always believe in the idea that you don't learn artificial intelligence by knowing, you learn it by doing. In that regard, what did you learn from this project? What are the insights that you take from this?
Yeah, I think first of all, it's very important to know what exactly you are building. What is the use case? What is the value for the client? It's easy to say, oh, we want AI, but why do you want it? And there's so much software where you have bolted on some AI because everyone wants to do that. But at Pronect, the AI is really at the core of our product, of what we want to deliver to our clients. So that's key. Think about what you want to achieve. And I think the second one is also, it takes time and resources. It's not because in a few minutes you can create a chat bot in ChatGPT that an AI product is the same. It takes a lot of resources and time and money to make sure it's robust and doing what you expect it to do. And that's where also I believe it's important to work with partners who know about that and create that. So think about what you want to achieve and make sure you have the right resources to build it.
Okay, Jeroen, I thank you for this conversation.
Thanks for the invite.
And let's keep on going.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jan.
Thank you.